Ladies and gentlemen, MrBeast is in the news once again, and this time it's because a fellow YouTuber has decided to look into his shady history compared to, the $1 million corporate enterprise that looked into it and found that he did nothing wrong. That just happened a few weeks ago. Now, going back about 2 weeks ago, SomeOrdinaryGamers actually made a video called MrBeast's Crypto History. Looks really bad, right? 2 weeks ago, it hit about 867K, and he was looking into, of course, MrBeast's shady crypto history. Now, Coffeezilla actually went in to look into it further, right? Investigating MrBeast in a new 24-minute video where he found allegedly, $23 million was profited from a multitude of scams, shady deals, and all related to his network, right? In a collaboration with all these people who helped do the research. Now, Coffeezilla already is in a bit of hot water with this crew, these three musketeers, Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast, because Logan Paul actually is suing Coffeezilla. Legal Eagle talked about it, Coffeezilla made a video talking about it, and it's all because of like this CryptoPunks, scam allegedly that like Logan was running a few years ago. Now this video does a pretty great job at breaking down most of the shady, hidden things that he got away with for quite some time, and he's been able to kind of pawn off to other people and say like, oh, maybe it was someone else, maybe it was this guy, maybe it was that person, maybe MrBeast wasn't as involved as it seems, until of course Coffeezilla breaks it down in this amazing video, and we're just going to kind of watch it along and talk about it.
I investigated MrBeast, who was recently accused of making $23 million with insider trading and scams. I wanted to know the full story, so I reached out to everyone, from researchers to crypto projects, even to MrBeast himself. And let me say, the story is more complicated than you think. I want to be clear. What MrBeast did, what his team did, is shady. But
reminder, accused, right? He's accused.
I want to be clear. What MrBeast
accused of insider trading, illicit $1 million profits with crypto, right? Insider trading is when someone gets like a heads up, say, hey, this company, this crypto, this NFT is about to boom. Go buy it all up, and then once it gets high, sell it all. So then when the value drops, when the value plummets, hey, you made your profit. You screwed over the people who also fell into the scam and didn't sell quick enough. And that's kind of how these schemes run.
Did, what his team did, is shady. But what we care about is, did he cross that bright red line from shady to illegal scam? And contrary to what Twitter says, I don't think that's an easy answer. Instead, I think the answer will depend on you. If you love MrBeast, there will be an explanation at every turn and a scapegoat. But if you hate MrBeast, what I'm about to show you will seem unethical and like a clear abuse of fame for money. So already, this story is difficult, but I want to make you aware of two more things which matter. First, I have gone to MrBeast's team to try to...
Right, so he went to MrBeast. He asked him. He gave him a chance to reply. What did they say?
Extensively, and they declined to fact check or comment on my many questions. Instead,
declined to fact check and comment, right? At least they declined. It's not like they came out with some corporate speak saying like, well, yeah, we already looked into it and found nothing wrong like last time.
They gave me a statement, which we will get to. Secondly, I have a bit of history with MrBeast. I interviewed and spoke positively about him in the past, but also his new co-founder is suing me, and his other co-founder threatened to sue me. So you can make of that what you will. As always, I just want to let you know where I'm coming from, and I've tried to get all sides of the story. We're going to start with the major allegations against MrBeast and build on those. They come from two sources. Firstly, an investigation by SomaXBT, which claims MrBeast made $10 million by backing low-cap crypto tokens, which are down 90%. And the second investigation comes from a group of 5 people who investigated MrBeast and found $23 million in profits from, quote, scams, shady deals, and his network. Now, there are a lot of crypto projects they go over, and I want to be clear. Some of these allegations, I agree, are bad. Others, I think, are actually worse than have been reported. Instead, I'm going to stick with what we can prove happened. Luckily, the biggest claims in this report, the biggest moneymakers, are much better supported by evidence. Starting with Super. This is the project MrBeast is alleged to have made the most amount of money on, over $10 million based on a pre-sale of $100,000. As for evidence, we have leaked screenshots showing.
So MrBeast says, so we can do the 100K thing. Is that blank? PWR Latlin. I only know him as like a Fortnite streamer. Hey man, I got something.
MrBeast telling Super's founder that he can do 100K. Then we have a wallet that both investigations trace to MrBeast, sending 100K to the presale wallet. And then we have the same wallets getting millions of these Super tokens in a period of unlocks, which were almost all sold aggressively. Now, why is this bad? Well, MrBeast is obviously hugely influential, and he publicly associated himself with the project twice. Once on March 3rd, 2020.
On March 3rd, he sent an eye emoji to Laserbeam. Laserbeam sent an eye emoji to Superfarm. A group of tech and art enthusiasts that burnt Banksy made history today, burning an authentic Banksy piece and minting an NFT in its place. This is the first physical to digital transfer of its kind. The NFT was minted from the Superfarm DAO NFT contract. You guys remember NFTs? Just seeing MrBeast be associated with that, like the video can wrap up here. Like he was trying to sell NFTs. Like, okay, wrap it up.
21, he responded to a tweet with eyeball emojis. And then he interacted a second time on May 12th, 2021. This is much worse. The founder, Leo Trades, had tweeted, "There's a gym sitting there on the market at eye-watering prices set to explode during the DeFi Summer 2.0. MrBeast's response, Super? But what he doesn't say is that he'd already purchased a huge stake in Super at this point, and on the day that he's tweeting, he was selling tokens, allegedly. Not only that, he had been selling tokens and continued to sell.
He's tweeting it out. He wants his viewers, he wants his subs to go and invest, go and buy some of these coins, you know, get their money into the pot, while at the same time MrBeast is selling. He's trying to get out of the pot already.
Tokens. In the 72 hours after the May 12th tweet, MrBeast sold about $200,000 worth of these tokens. Jeez. And remember the context. He's responding to the founder of the coin discussing a gym at eye-watering prices that's going to explode during the summer. And MrBeast's response is the coin he's selling. Now, I ran these wallets by MrBeast, as well as the...
He's basically sponsoring this coin and pretending he's not sponsored. It'd be kind of like if I was sponsored by a game company to like review and like play a game, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sponsored, by the way, guys. I'm not sponsored. Go and buy this game, though. It's just so good. It's just the greatest game ever.
Accusation, but I didn't get a reply. Instead, I got a heavily lawyered statement from a spokesman who, I'm going to warn you, is about to complicate things. Quote, "These investments were made and managed in consultation with industry experts to ensure full compliance with all appropriate rules and regulations. The wallet is not owned or managed by Jimmy, but rather a fund led by respected and sophisticated managers. The fund closely evaluated and scrutinized hundreds and hundreds of opportunities, which resulted in several investments. Some have been more successful, others less, and others still works in progress. The fund's investment strategies apply the same rigorous standards as many other experienced investors in the field."
Now you might be thinking, hey, that Matthew Hiltzik name sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, it's because we've covered him before when MrBeast hired him. He is a crisis lawyer who has worked for people like Harvey Weinstein, and he's worked with all kinds of other celebrities when they get involved in things and situations that they really should not be involved in, right? So interesting that this same guy is going to, of course, come out and defend MrBeast possibly being involved in these crypto scams and crypto pump and dumps, whatever you want to call it.
The big thing is Jimmy denies doing any of the trading or managing the trading and blames it on a fund. So I asked some obvious follow-up questions. What is the name of this fund? Who are the industry experts? And what rules and regulations were followed that allowed you to tweet about a coin while your fund is selling? I didn't get a response. It's worth mentioning the spokesman is Matthew Hiltzik, a well-known crisis management consultant. Thankfully, online, there still are a number of clues we can follow to try to find the right person for this fund. The reason most people link MrBeast to this wallet we've been tracking is mostly based on a tweet by MrBeast saying he bought a specific CryptoPunk, which belonged to an account which goes by Wu.
How is this not already like the beginning of the end? This goober bought a $99,000 photo of a robot. Not a like photo physically, not like a one-of-one painting made by like Leonardo da Vinci or someone. It's a JPEG of a 8-bit robot with like a visor for $99,000, 50 Ethereum. Jeez.
MrBeast saying he bought a specific CryptoPunk, which belonged to an account which goes by Wu-Tang Clan. People assumed, understandably, that this was MrBeast's wallet. But what is lesser known is that another account has also tweeted about CryptoPunks and has the same ties back to Wu-Tang Clan. A guy named Jason Williams. He's followed by MrBeast on Twitter.
Interesting.
And he's the author of a book on Bitcoin, so he's a crypto guy. And I found Jason tweeting about another CryptoPunk saying, I hope you enjoy your new home, sold for
$327,000 for a photo of a homeless guy with orange eyebrows and like, what is this, like Tommy Pickles hair and a James Harding beard. What is happening?
Another CryptoPunk saying, I hope you enjoy your new home, sold for 100 ETH. That sale he's talking about links back to the same address MrBeast does, Wu-Tang Clan. On YouTube, there's even more clues. Jason can be seen surfing wearing a Wu-Tang Clan shirt, and his brand name, Going Parabolic, happens to be owned by the same MrBeast wallet, goingparabolic.eth. So there's very good evidence that Jason Williams was also involved in this same wallet, which means that it might be true that MrBeast wasn't the guy buying or selling, which would be good for MrBeast and bad for these investigations. But just when I thought MrBeast might have no say in what this wallet did, I saw this podcast with Logan Paul, where Jimmy discusses CryptoPunks once again, and things get complicated.
So me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of CryptoPunks at the same time, right?
Yep.
Gary pulled us in that call.
Yep.
So have you ever told that story?
No.
Gary V, it's like 11 p.m. just out of nowhere, just calls me and he's like, yo, I got like 30 people to call, hop in. I'm like, I don't care. He's like, it'll be the best decision of your life, just get in. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I just joined the call, and I just see like Logan, and I don't even know these other people.
Yo,
The Three Stooges.
Every heavy hitter you can imagine who's worth $1 billion was on this one call, and Gary V is in the little corner, the little square. He's going, CryptoPunks. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the next Facebook. All of us were like,
these people are so delusional. How do you think that photos of little monkeys and photos of these 8-bit men with goggles and James Harding beards and Stewie Griffin hairstyles are gonna be worth the largest social media platform? My bald spot is probably worth more than a CryptoPunk at this point. Of course, MrBeast didn't lose any money because he sold all of those punks before they lost their value, but everybody who did, I mean, if you spent $300,000 on a photo that you could just right click and save, you are kind of slow.
I bought a bunch.
Wait.
Yeah, I bought quite a few.
How many?
I don't want to say, but
you have to say,
please.
Bro, you have to.
I bought multiple ones. Yeah.
Well, bro, are you in double digits, punks?
Just shy.
Jeez.
Well, this clip is very interesting because Jimmy said he made the decision to get CryptoPunks based on a call with Gary V. But those punks are owned by the wallet we just said was controlled by Jason. So it appears sometimes MrBeast is telling Jason what to buy for this fund. MrBeast then later talks about selling these CryptoPunks and rolling the money into a new project. And once again, it sounds like he's in charge.
Well, I've already sold quite a few of them, so I don't.
What?
Dude,
he's on to the next thing.
I bought a bunch of,
because
so
they're
then I
stupid.
rolled the money into V Friends because Gary, same thing, called me. He's like, V Friends. I was like, I don't know, but last time I made money, sure.
Wow, it's almost like all these like millionaires and billionaires are like super buddy with each other and tell each other what the next big scam's gonna be so that they can all invest in it and trick people like me, people like you, people who are dumb enough to buy JPEGs of, you know, little monkey men and whatnot. And then they pull out and take all the profits while people like you and the monkey men buyers stay poor. Isn't that just so cool?
I'll be honest, these clips to me make it difficult to assume MrBeast had no idea what's going on. He talks about CryptoPunks and VFriends like personal investments. And on Twitter, he says that not only he bought CryptoPunks, he also tweets about loading up on VFriends. But again, I have to say, it is also abundantly clear Jason Williams was involved. He says, "Hey Gary, thanks for the VFriends gift code. It was a gift from Gary to MrBeast. I'm very thankful for it. He didn't have to send anything." So once again, Jason Williams appears to be involved and have something to do with the trading or management of MrBeast's crypto wallet, but we know MrBeast made some of the decisions. So of course, I asked MrBeast to explain himself if he had any say over the trading, but once again, there's no response. So now I want to turn back
He asked
to
him here, of
if he had
course, no
any say.
response. When you purchased CryptoPunks as discussed publicly on the Impulsive podcast, you mentioned personally buying CryptoPunks. Given that those NFTs were purchased by the wallet assigned to you by the researchers, does that mean you did some of the trading personally and suddenly it's...
Here's what we know. We know MrBeast set up the pre-sale according to leaked screenshots. We know MrBeast made the tweet, but we don't know whether it was Jason doing the trading of Super, or if he was doing the trading, did MrBeast know about it? Did Jason know about the tweet? These are the questions that ultimately matter. And yes, I reached out to Jason Williams for a comment. He didn't reply.
Of course not. Why would they ever reply? Why would they need to? If you're catching them in their scams, catching them in their little trick, their swindling, they're not going to reply.
I did, however, get a hold of Elio Trades, who is the founder of Super, and he insisted that MrBeast's tweet was not a part of a deal for promotion. But you should know, he also mentions how upset he was with how pre-sale investors sold their tokens, saying most of them sold, including MrBeast. In total, he's alleged to have made $11 million with this deal, according to the report. So yeah, that's really bad. Now we're going to turn to another allegation, which is about Earn, or Ethernity Chain. There are some facts which are the same. There are others that are different. For example, instead of MrBeast setting up the deal directly, the team at Earn claims they never spoke to MrBeast. Quote, "We were speaking to his fund manager. And when I asked about these wallets selling allegedly over $4 million in tokens, they say, quote, MrBeast's fund was an early investor in our pre-sale. He had the same unlock schedule as everyone else. Were we happy with the way he sold? Definitely not. But legally, there was nothing we could have done. And then, just like with Super, they claim they didn't ask for a promotion of the project, but that MrBeast decided to comment once himself anyways. On March 9th, 2021, MrBeast responds to Ethernity Chain saying, this one will be hype.
This one will be hype, not the other 40 scams I promoted. This is the one. This is the one that you want to buy. I'm definitely not going to, get some and then dump it right before it loses all its value again. This is the one, y'all.
It's worth noting, once again, about 24 hours before saying this fund wallet purchased over $100,000 of Earn tokens in addition to the presale. Now, what is different about Super is that MrBeast's name was put publicly on the Ethernity Chain website. On their investors and partners page, you might be asking, well, which is it? Is he an investor or a partner? And the answer is both. He got into the presale, and the Earn team also...
MrBeast was an NFT partner, you mean? S&D always happy to answer. Yes, he only partnered up with us for the NFT drop.
Claims that he partnered with them for an NFT drop. Supposedly, it was a charity drop and a normal NFT drop. Now, the charity drop specifically did happen in association with one of MrBeast's projects, Team Seas, saying, quote, all proceeds will go towards cleaning up the seas around the world. This was early November 2021. Then the official Team Seas account posts it on November 3rd, 2021. Quote, what an awesome crypto collaboration in support of the team. Then the CEO of Ethernity Chain, Nick Rose, confirms in Telegram that the drop is supported by MrBeast, saying Earn and ETH tokens will be accepted for the charity auction, which was slated to last 2 months. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this is because 1 month into this 2-month charity auction on November 30th, 2021, the Rocket Fund or Beast Fund or whatever you want to call it starts selling huge amounts of this Earn token. Allegedly, they sold over $2 million, while the charity itself was still going on. Now, I know that sounds horrible. It looks horrible. It is horrible.
It is.
Although I have to tell you, personally, I don't think this was a master plan to pump a coin with a charity auction. If it was the plan, it was a bad one because the NFT auction was ultimately a flop. But do I also think it doesn't matter because regardless of your intentions, selling tokens within a month of your 2-month charity auction is wrong, stupid, and unethical?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that as well. Because in case you forgot, MrBeast is the charity guy whose name is on the website. It isn't a fund. It isn't a crypto rocket fund. It's MrBeast's branding. I even asked the Earn team about this, saying, quote, why did y'all list MrBeast instead of Rocket Fund in your partners' investors? Was that discussed? They say, quote, we listed him, MrBeast, as a partner, and quote, yes, they accepted that.
Jeez.
So according to the Earn team, MrBeast knew or should have known that his name was on the line for this investment and partnership.
Yeah.
And yet, this fund, his fund, whatever you want to call it, sold tokens 1 month after starting a 2-month NFT auction for charity. To be fair again, though, it's hard to oversell how bad this NFT auction did. I have found only one NFT that appears to have sold here, but the bids were made in the Earn token, which the fund was selling, and the actual sale of the NFT didn't happen.
One NFT for $1,477. Still pretty stupid to spend $1,400 on that. Looks like a dog squeaky toy of a little puffer fish. Actually stupid.
Happen until after the fund sold in November 30th. The transfer happened in December 23rd. So of course, I went to MrBeast directly to answer this and see if there was some more context they could provide. There was no response other.
MrBeast Project Team C's launched an NFT project for charity on Ethernity Chain on or around November 2nd, 2021, according to transactions associated with you. There were about over a dozen sales made within a month time frame. Over $2 million apparently netted on November 30th, 2021, while the NFT sales appear to be minimal to non-existent. You think there's something strange about launching an NFT project for charity and selling $2 million of the associated coin for profit within a month without disclosing the financial tie? Was any of the $2 million sold given to Team C's? We'll find out later today.
Other than the statement we've already read from MrBeast that he did not control the trading. Although again, that isn't a really satisfying answer because we've established MrBeast would sometimes direct what to buy and sell to this fund, like CryptoPunks. Personally, like I said, I don't think this was a pre-planned scheme. But regardless of intentions, if you're the charity guy, you support a charity, it flops while your fund makes millions of dollars in profits because it's selling the same Earn token people could bid on the charity with, that just is awful. And you should feel awful about it. Look, now I want to move on from that to talking about our final token, Xcad. This is a token you may remember from our investigation into MrBeast's business partner,
KSI Crypto, me looking at ZIL and Xcad. This was from back on March 31st, 2022, and he made this video in February 15th of 2024.
KSI, but unlike KSI, MrBeast was not promoting it a lot on Twitter. In fact, the only reason we know MrBeast was in the presale is that there were several articles about it, bragging about that fact. Once again, MrBeast...
It's always MrBeast, Logan Paul, KSI. Every time.
His name was used to promote this instead of the fund itself. And internally to investors, I have to say, this built up a lot of excitement. Xcad had what's called creator tokens. So the idea to some investors is that, well, if they're investing MrBeast and KSI, what if they were ever to launch creator tokens? That would be massive. And I bring this up because some people might ask, like, what do these affiliations, how do they impact people buying these projects? And
I'm actually surprised that MrBeast has not made like his own NFT line or his own cryptocurrency like Beast Coin or something. I mean, give it time, you know, maybe after all this drama finally settles down. It seems like it's getting pretty close. You know, he might hit us up with that new Fortnite skin, and every purchase includes one Beast Coin to get their journey started on collecting and diving into the crypto market.
Behind the scenes, something entirely different had been happening. Like with Super and Earn, MrBeast's fund sold a lot of their Xcad early in 2021, rather than holding their tokens. And this was surprising to even the founder of Xcad himself, Oliver Bell. He tells me, quote, hey, So MrBeast reached out to me during our pre-sale raise. A group was set up with his team, and we had a call with his team, and they said they liked the concept. There was no strings attached to the investment. They did, however, want a lot bigger ticket than what I offered them, which I'm glad I did not fulfill. We discussed not just flipping this token, as this can damage projects if people have decent sized tickets. It was my understanding we were aligned on this. However, after listing to which Xcad performed well, there was heavy dumping from a wallet linked to MrBeast's team. I got in contact with them immediately and asked them why they were selling like this. Now, Oliver later claims this.
So MrBeast is not selling it. He has a team of people pumping and dumping these different schemes and tokens and NFTs, and it's so wacky, bro. I'm waiting for his next statement on Twitter where he's like, trust me guys, we looked into it, it's fine. There was no scams involved, trust me.
Discussion about flipping tokens and them being aligned about the fact they're not going to flip these tokens so quickly was with Jason. And apparently Oliver was so upset about what happened, he DM'd Jimmy directly, quote, explaining his team will ruin his reputation.
This aged so well. Mind you, this was from like 2021, so it took a few years, but this aged perfectly. Once again, a situation MrBeast is dragged into because of the people he associates with. Whether it be his team of minions pumping and dumping cryptos and NFTs and Ethereums, whatever the heck buzzwords and whatnot they're saying, whether it's associating with the Three Stooges, KSI, and Logan, you are a product of the people that you associate with, and it's horrible.
And look, sorry to be a broken record, but yes, I reached out to Jimmy about this too. And once again, there was no reply besides the statement we read earlier. That I asked Oliver for proof of this message about ruining relationships, and he said the message had been deleted on Telegram. So who you believe here is up to you. Oliver also says,
Beast loves that Telegram. He loves that Telegram.
quote, I don't think Jimmy has a bad heart or is a bad person. I think he has genuine interest in the crypto space, but I think the team that handles his crypto is completely clueless. And
They're not clueless. They understand that a lot of cryptos are scams. They're stupid. They're things that, oh, Dogecoin to the moon, it's going to get big, it's going to boom, and then it flops. And so the rich, successful people with lots of money to waste go and invest, watch it go up, sell, and then it drops. They know what they're doing.
And here, on this last point, I have to disagree with Oliver. I don't think that Jimmy's crypto team is clueless. I think they saw an opportunity to make millions of dollars with MrBeast's valuable brand, and they took it, and they did make millions of dollars. But I warned you, this was a complicated story, and a big part of the problem is the guy at the center of this story cannot or will not give more than a heavily lawyered statement through a spokesman who's a crisis management consultant.
It's like deja vu. This situation is literally like the Discord, like the Telegram. You have MrBeast, who's the face of this company and this conglomerate, and then you have, you know, Chris Tyson, you have Delaware, you have all these other weirdos involved who are ruining his reputation, who are destroying everything he's built. And all people are saying is like, did he know? Did he know? Whether it's like, did he know Ava Tyson was creepy in the Discord and Telegrams? Did he know that these people on his team were investing in cryptos and pumping and dumping? Did he know? And we'll never know because he hires like 12 different lawyers to come out with their corporate slop, do investigations into themselves, find nothing wrong, and continue this idea that MrBeast is like this innocent, amazing guy who just does charity and he's just here to help everybody be amazing and do amazing things.
Let me just say it's also frustrating that this statement takes zero accountability.
Yeah.
Despite the fact MrBeast's team knew every major allegation that we're laying out here today, there is no mention of selling while MrBeast was tweeting about Super Token. There's no mention of them selling tokens a month after they partnered with a 2-month charity auction. And because of that, this statement feels very hollow. I think to Mr.
This is literally, again, verbatim, the message that MrBeast posted of that 2-page investigation into his company, into his team. He didn't once mention Delaware, the convicted, you know, P word, who was working in the company that allegedly, according to Jake the Viking, sat down with Jimmy and his mom to join the company that MrBeast knew and said, I don't know. We didn't hire nobody like that. What the heck's going on? What planet am I on? Where am I? You know, he had a real delusion going on in his little head. And he's doing the same exact thing here. He just ignores it and hopes it goes away. And unfortunately, it does, because that's how powerful MrBeast is. This video does have 4 million views already, but so many people do not care. The MrBeast drama well has dried up. The serious allegations are kind of already came and went. The, you know, very serious stuff about like Ava Tyson and whatnot, that's water under the bridge. If he's able to get away with that stuff, if he's able to just go unscathed and say, oh yeah, sorry, we fired Chris Tyson in the end, nobody cares about NFTs and cryptos when literally Logan Paul and KSI are billionaires for doing the exact same drama and stupidity.
Was it the fact that the name they brought to the table was MrBeast, one of the most influential and valuable brands in the world? And that's what got them the great deals. That's what got them a bunch of eyeballs. That's what made it so valuable to have his name on these websites. And maybe that's what made the market. Ultimately, I think it's for you to decide.
There it is, my friends. It is up for us to decide. I think I've kind of given my thoughts throughout the video. It's very deja vu. It's giving the same situation that we've kind of been covering on the channel. Of course, I'm not going to compare possible crypto scams and pump and dump schemes and the trading of NFTs and buying high, selling, blah, 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 to, you know, serious allegations like the stuff that Chris Tyson did. But we are seeing the same strategy of just ignore it all until it goes away. If something's very serious, put out some corporate slop statement, go about life. It's all water under the bridge, and the MrBeast train just keeps on going. Again, this video's at 4 million views, and I do highly recommend you to go watch it and comment on that video, like that video, let Coffeezilla know what you think, and let me know what you think as well. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share it, subscribe, and I hope to see you all very soon, because there's probably 50 more MrBeast videos coming. Papa's got to pay bills, but I appreciate y'all. Bye.